It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on Wednesday, December 22nd, 2021. Coming to you from Bedford County. First of all, folks, I have to apologize to everybody for yesterday. Right at the end of the show on Monday, I remembered that I was supposed to announce there wasn't going to be a live show yesterday. But I think a lot of people had already left the chat room. So you didn't hear that. It was totally my fault. I apologize to all of you that I screwed up. I know Jason was running around like a nut trying to find me and couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And was, So anyway, I was in the dentist chair. It was an appointment that I completely overlooked. I couldn't get out of it without it costing me a bunch of money. I just made the determination to tape the show, post it at 11 o'clock, and hope that you guys found your way to it. Again, my apologies. That was totally my screw up. All right. Today, folks, is National Cookie Exchange Day. Oh, and I have no problem at all with exchanging my money for your cookies. But I'm not going to go bake cookies and go exchange them. It ain't going to happen. I'm not sure what else you do with National Cookie Exchange Day, except exchange. Maybe you're giving cookies away as gifts, and that would fall into that category. I don't know. But anyway, we do have a couple of ships sailing today up in Brooklyn. We don't talk about Brooklyn very much. It's not used a whole lot anymore, but Cunard uses it, and Queen Mary 2 sails today. Down in Fort Lauderdale, the Eurodam, Rotterdam, and Celebrity Equinox are all underway this afternoon. In Miami, Norwegian Getaway and the Crystal Serenity. And out in San Pedro in Los Angeles, Majestic Princess sails. And today's headlines: Royal Caribbean and Princess temporarily banned smoking in casinos. AIDA takes delivery of the AIDAcosma. Carnival to offer domestic cruises in Australia, maybe. And a whole lot more live at 11. Now, one thing that I did not do, folks, the other day, it's just been such a tortured week for me. That was our port of call, and nobody ever got it. You were all around it. That's Skagway. So that's a shot of a ship there in Skagway. So that was the port we had, I don't know, several days ago now. So anyway, let's get to the news today. A recent update from Royal Caribbean website shows that the cruise line has temporarily banned smoking in its casinos at least through January 5th. Last Friday, the Miami-based cruise operator updated its masking policy over the evolving global health situation, including the Omicron COVID-19 variant. An update on the company's website says for cruises departing on or before January 5th, smoking is not permitted in the casino due to the recently modified policy that now requires face coverings at vaccinated-only venues. It went on to say that we will be continually re-evaluating this policy to modify or extend according to the latest public health information. Other cruise lines that have recently banned smoking in the casino include Carnival, at least through January 31st, and Holland America, at least through March 31st. Now, almost simultaneously, in response to the emergent Omicron variant, Princess basically did the same thing. Princess Cruises had a mask mandate in place for cruises 10 days or longer, but this has now been extended to include all cruises of any length. Princess Cruises also implemented the smoking ban inside of the casino on board all of its ships effective immediately. The measure is designed to ensure guests do not remove their masks inside the casino under the pretense of smoking a cigarette. Guests who wish to smoke on board will need to go to the dedicated smoking area outside on one of the open decks. So, folks, I'm sorry, but I can't disagree with what they're doing here. Of course, I've stated all along the only thing that I disliked about the Carnival Sunrise, which was the last cruise I took before the shutdown, was walking through the casino, and it was so smoky. And since I quit smoking over 5 years ago now, almost 6 years ago now, and that bothered me. So the bottom line of this, for those of you that still smoke, they're not going against you. They don't want to take a chance on spreading the variant in indoor circumstances. And somebody smoking is going to have the mask off for 3 or 4 minutes while they're puffing away. Not only that, they're puffing. If there are, germs involved, the variant stuff, it's getting blown out into the atmosphere. I don't blame the cruise lines for doing this. And if somebody's upset over the fact that they can't smoke in the casino, don't go on a cruise. Stay home. And things could change even further. Don't be surprised if these dates, the early dates, January 5th from Royal Caribbean, don't be surprised if you see that bump back to March real quick. Or possibly later. We don't know how this whole thing with this variant's going to go. It's got the bejesus scared out of me right now, I'll tell you that. Now, I mean, not that I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to cancel my cruises. I'm going no matter what. If they go. I'm worried that we're going to end up seeing stuff canceled because of it. So, all right, AIDA Cruises' newest ship, the highly anticipated AIDAcosma, has been officially delivered in Germany. Good tongue. Delivered in Germany and marks another step forward in sustainable cruising. This delivery brings the new LNG-powered ship one step closer to its debut in April. The luxury ship was constructed at Meyer Shipyard in Papenburg, Germany. This AIDA Cruise's second new ship powered by LNG, that's liquefied natural gas, currently the most advanced technology for reducing emissions from cruise ships. AIDAcosma is scheduled to set sail from Hamburg, Germany, from February 26th with short series of 7-night metropolitan voyages. The ship's official christening date will take place in April, with celebrated godmother Crystal Vogel, a championship German cyclist and Olympic gold medalist who was paralyzed in an accident in 2018, and she will be naming the vessel officially. After the ship is christened, she will depart Hamburg on a 2-week christening voyage to the Mediterranean, with ports of call Lisbon, Portugal, Cadiz, Spain, Malaga, Spain, and other destinations. Through the summer season and into October, AIDAcosma will offer Mediterranean sailings from Palma and Barcelona, including a unique Mediterranean treasures voyage that will visit Florence, Rome, and Corsica before departing to spend the winter season sailing from Dubai. Sailings are now open for bookings on all voyages, including christening sailing. So contact your favorite person or me, and I'll get you some pricing on it. All right, we've talked about Australia, man, a bunch of times. The situation down there, quite frankly, has just sucked. They want to get cruising started in Australia, and the government can't just get their act together. And it's just getting put off and put off and put off and put off. All right. So what Carnival has done now with continued restrictions in Australia, Carnival now plans on resuming in Australia in 2022 with domestic sailings only, no international sailings. The 2 Carnival cruise ships that operate from that country will not be offering international itineraries at all at first. Even though the cruise industry down under has not been given the green light to resume cruise operations, Carnival is still working on a plan to resume sailing safely once they get the go-ahead. Of course, the 2 Carnival ships that operate year-round in Australia are Carnival Spirit and Carnival Splendor, currently on hold until February 17th. And then we got to hear something from the government. Rather than waiting to resume international sailings, the cruise line will operate domestic itineraries through June of 2022, once cruises are allowed to restart. So, as it stands right now, the Spirit has had everything canceled through April 10th and Splendor through April 8th. Now, that's subject to change if the government down there gets their act together. Everybody in the world is doing fine except Australia. That's one of the few places. I just noticed in the chat room we're getting bombed here by a sex bomber again. Online strips without closing. Block user. Just got rid of them. It's amazing. This has been going on now for about a week. Almost every day we get somebody in chat room trying to get us into naked websites and sex crap. All right. Let's go see who's with us today. Over in the chat room, Ed Jack's with us down in Conroe, Texas, 55 degrees and sunny. It's that's a little nippy for Texas, of course. It's going down to 23 here tonight. I heard from Elizabeth on location at Cozumel this morning. She was complaining how cold she was because it was 70 and it's going to get up to 80 today. So hopefully, if it's sunny and 80, she'll warm up. And I thought, yeah, right. Anyway, Amy's with us. Hi, Amy. Cindy's with us. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you again. There's another sex bomber. Anytime you see this, that code, that's one of the sex codes. So we're going to block user. Done. Carol's with us. Hi, Carol. Well, that's two different ones. Boy, they're really after my chat room now. Jack says, prior to COVID breathing issues, I enjoyed NCL Pearl's dedicated cigar room. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Pearl does have a cigar room. I've never been much of a cigar person. I was a cigarette person forever, but not a cigar person. Let's never got into it. There's Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm just talking about you. Buenos dias, Chilean gang. It's freezing here today, 70 there. See what I said? She's complaining about 70, bless her heart. We love Elizabeth to death, but she needs to fix a thermometer. I'd love it to be 70 right now. And goodness knows tonight, 23. That's awful. Because remember, my room, I'm in the part of this, my bedroom was actually part of the house that was constructed in 1903. I got nothing underneath the floor but air. So cold air gets underneath the floors and comes up and, my feet freeze. Now, it doesn't matter if you got carpet or it's, it's cold because it's underneath. It's all open. So they didn't put basements in houses in those days. So our Hot Air Tom is with us. Hot Air Tom's back home, I think. Aren't you back in Richmond, Hot Air? He's saying hello to everybody. Pretty sure you're back at home now. Carol says, I would take 70 any day to what we have today. 15 degrees. Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, that's Hot Air says, I am Sneaky Park West has not provided the number for my January 24th Silhouette cruise. Oh, the confirmed, that must be confirmed number. But I found I could log into my Celebrity account and found the cruise upgraded the internet to streaming. Nice. Good job. Kenneth's with us. Hey, Kenneth. Very cold day there. I bet it is up there in Pennsylvania. Bad enough here. They made only 2 smoking areas on the Iona, and both were outside on deck 18, forward and aft. Boy, the smokers complained bitterly about it, but some confessed they cut down on their smoking. Well, that's that I can't believe all the years I smoked for 56 years, and without caring a two hoots about what anybody around me thought or what it did to them or what it did to the walls and the crud on the walls and the smell. Oh my goodness. Never thought about it. Carol says, I'm so popular with the ladies. No, I'm not. Those number one. I'm not sure what we call them ladies, but all they're interested in is money. They want you to hook somebody in there to see them naked, and you get charged for it. I'm sure that's not a freebie. Anyway, again, I'm really sorry about yesterday, guys. I felt terrible about that. It was too late to do anything about it that I could come up with on the fly. So, Hot Air says, sunny and cool here. I walked out to drop outgoing mail in the box wearing shorts and didn't freeze. I've got long pants on today, Tom, and normally I wear shorts too. But when it's going down to 23, I got long pants on. Of course, it's now nice now that I can wear long pants. I don't have to worry about, at least this is day 10, by the way, folks, of the issue down south. So over here, looking at the camera's a different camera now. That issue's doing fine. This is day 10 without it, which means I can wear long pants and not have to deal with the, hoses and things. So, and I'm tickled. I'm just absolutely tickled that it looks like 10 days. I think I'm done. I think I'm through with that issue. So, Jack says, don't forget Texas is huge. Cold is relative depending on if you're on the Gulf Coast or Lubbock in the pan. I know. I have been to Texas several times, and it's a mess. It can be hot as hell on one side of the state and snowing on the other. And wow, it can be tough to drive through in the wintertime as well. You never know what you're going to get into. Hot Air says, 70 was swimming weather for me in Bermuda. Yeah. And Elizabeth says, I grew up in Indiana, so I get it. And that's why I'm here now. And you actually admit publicly that you grew up in Indiana? My niece grew up in Indiana as well, but she doesn't admit that publicly anymore. So, Elizabeth says, I'm in the kitchen making limoncello today. I will save a bottle for you, Chillie. Nice. Because we are going to get together sometime soon. I promise you. Sometime soon. Elizabeth on location and the fat travel guy are going to get together. And that's going to be a C. Now, I guarantee it. We return Sunday, depart for Pennsylvania tomorrow afternoon, picking up some friends and at DCA flying they're flying in from LAX to visit their home in Willow Street. Cindy's sister's lives near. Okay. Nice. Cindy lives near their parents. We met on the Bliss cruise in 2019. Very nice. Cindy and I knew yesterday was both Cindy and I knew yesterday was a tape show. Not sure you had a screw up. Well, yeah, there were just some people that did not catch that either when I went off the air on Monday or the way I posted it and stuff yesterday and promoted it, but before I left to go to the dentist. So anyway, Jack says, my father knows best childhood was growing up in Fort Wayne, Indiana in the 50s. Now, my sister, well, first lived in Rochester, Indiana. And then, and that's where Amanda actually went to high school and stuff, was in Rochester, Indiana. And then my sister moved to 12 Mile, Indiana. Have you ever heard of 12 Mile, Indiana? I mean, it's 12 miles from nowhere. That's it. Nowhere. So anyway, Elizabeth says, I guess I sipped a bit of that limoncello because I usually don't admit about the Indiana thing. Hey, I won't give you hell about that one. So Hot Air Tom says, I received an email this morning from NCL Excursions canceling a tour in Grand Cayman. The tour operator went out of business. It's not only the tour operator going to go out of business because we're not sure that the boat's going to land at Grand Cayman. I've got several cruises coming ahead too that are supposed to stop in Grand Cayman. There's Jason. What a surprise. They went out of business. Hot Air Tom. Yeah. A lot of places in Grand Cayman are going to go out of business if they don't let cruise ships in, because that's just like Key West. I understand the people that are against cruising, but they're forgetting about the people that their livelihoods are totally tied to the cruise industry. The same thing with between Key West and Grand Cayman. It's just and they need to decide and get it over with one way or the other, so we can do away with all these plans that are up in the air. And all my cruises is stopping. I think I've got 4 or 5 booked that are scheduled into Grand Cayman. And right now, Grand Cayman is saying, no. So we'll have to just wait and see. Elizabeth says, she was in Indianapolis, graduated from IU in Bloomington. I have a cousin that played soccer at IU. Was a big soccer star. Emily popped in too. Hi, Emily. Hot Air says you could have been a race car driver at the Speedway. And Hot Air says, bow wow to Emily. Kenneth says, Chillie, did you end up ordering your test? I tried to, but they expire before I left. I have to wait another 2 weeks before I order them. Yeah, I have not yet. Because I was waiting. I wanted to get in the date, and now there's such a rush on them. I'm questioning now whether I'm going to be able to get them or not. That was on my agenda for yesterday. No, actually Monday. And I didn't get to it. I've got PT today, and as soon as I get back, that's the top of my list today, is to get that hooked up. So Emily says, will you take off the 24th and 25th? Just curious, holiday and all. I am definitely going to be off on Christmas Day. I'll probably do Christmas Eve on the 24th, even if it's a short show, just in case anybody's sitting there. I found out back in all the years I spent in Pittsburgh, we used to do a party on Christmas Eve for all the folks that's kids were grown and gone, and maybe they weren't coming in until Christmas Day or the day after Christmas or whatever. And so these folks sat at home on Christmas Eve with really, nothing spectacular to do. So we did an open house on Christmas Eve, and it was one of the best parties of the year. So yeah, I'll do something on Christmas Eve just to, and again, if there's any news or the sailings for the day, or we might have somebody on ships that day and we get something from them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to do a show on the 24th, but not on the 25th. I won't do a show on the 25th, and I probably won't do a show on New Year's Day either. But other than that, yeah, I'll be around for all the other days. So anyway, all right, folks, I'm trying a little different setup here today. If you've noticed where my eyes are going, my camera that I'm using is actually on my tablet, which is where my script for the show today was. So I'm hoping to be able to I'm looking more in the camera when I'm actually working through my script. But the problem with that is my chat room is off to the side. So I know my eyesight is going off from the camera in the chat room. I have to go back and look at it myself and see which way is better. So I'm just playing. So, all right, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. I will be back same time tomorrow for Thursday Travel and Cruise Industry News. So for now, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. One of these days, we'll all get together on the high seas. This is the Old Fat Travel Guy. Have a great day. See y'all tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.